Welcome back to another video and another weigh-in update. If it is your first time here, my name is Beck. Thank you so much for joining me. So last Sunday I made the decision that I was going to go back to basics and just get as much fruit and veg in as I could every day and see what happened this week and where that took me. The reason for me doing that was because I've basically been so up and down that I didn't want to continue the way that I was. It's really hard because you don't want to put so much pressure on yourself, because at the end of the day, it is just your food. That being said, I know that I'm in a place at the moment where I'm wanting to make the changes for not cosmetic reasons, not to look better, but to feel better. Health-wise, I'm approaching 50. I am feeling little parts of my body are not as they used to be, shall we say. So simple things, walking down the stairs, I've already got arthritis in my knees. That is, the heavier I am, obviously, the worse they feel. So my joints, my hands, I can feel that they're changing and arthritis is sneaking up there, whether it's already, I don't know. But I just wanted to make these changes for me, for health reasons, and to make me feel better about the way that I was eating, and I suppose in a way to prove to myself that I could do it, because sometimes we are, and somebody said it in my comments the other day, if we're not in control of food, food is in control of us. I can't remember who it was, but they're absolutely spot on, and I kind of wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. So in that sense, it was a little challenge. I only set it up to do for the Monday to Friday, so my working week, and there was nothing off limits. I am calorie counting. I just wanted to see how things would go if I was to do this Monday to Friday and just see the results. So because I was away last weekend and I weigh on a Saturday, so I hadn't weighed last Saturday, I weighed on the Sunday. So this is basically 6 days. In fact, it's 7 days, because I didn't start eating the extra fruit and veg that I was going to try and cram into my food until the Monday. So it is literally Monday to Friday for those 5 days to see what the results were. So I feel like I had a really good week. I did have a really good week. I looked back at the food that I was eating. I went on to NutriCheck, and somebody actually mentioned, because I was sort of veering off plan, mostly on weekends, which I suppose happens, especially when you're working Monday to Friday, you've got a bit of a social life and you like to see friends or go out and whatever you choose to do on the weekends, those easier days are there. I'd kind of put them to the back of my mind, forgotten all about using them, just forgotten about them in total. And then somebody mentioned in last week's video about using an easy day, and I thought, you know what? I should go back to doing that. It does lower your calories for the rest of the week, but looking back at how my calories were over the week, that is not going to be a problem. So I stayed, I think there may have been one day, I will double check and pop it here to find out how I did do sort of with my calories, to see if I stayed within them for the 5 days. But cramming the fruit and veg and the salad stuff in, I managed that without any trouble at all. I think I would have benefited if I had sat down to do a proper meal plan, because I kind of, and this is me all over, I kind of wing it, and I loosely knew what I was going to have over the days, because I went shopping on the Sunday, picked up bits and pieces and kind of thought, right, that's a meal, that's a meal, that's a meal, but didn't have any sort of structure around when I was going to do it. But it was fine. So I weighed yesterday morning, and I am very happy with the results. So I'm going to pop the chart here, and you can see that I have lost in those and it is 5 days, because I weighed last Sunday and then didn't get completely back on it, so I started properly on the Monday. So in those 5 days I lost 3 pounds. I mean, it's 3.2, but I ignore that last little bit unless it's an actual half. So 3 pounds in those 5 days, and that is literally just me going back to basics. I had things like a jacket potato that I can't remember the last time I cooked a jacket potato in the house. Yes, I was tempted many times this week. They were takeaways all over the place. I refused a Chinese on Monday when I picked up Maya from Bristol Airport. So Jeff said, let's have a Chinese takeaway. I said, no, stick a jacket potato in the microwave, and I stuck to that. Then another day, I can't remember what day it was, my nephew's birthday, my mother picked chips up for everyone. 3 chips I had, that was it. And then Friday, it was Thursday, the night after, there was football on. Everybody came over to watch it. They had a Chinese takeaway. I, however, had prepared for that. I'd picked up naan breads and I picked up korma and I did a little Indian meal, and that is what I had and that is what I stuck to. And it didn't feel like I was missing out. And it wasn't anything that was low in fat. It was something that I could easily calorie count through my NutriCheck app. And it was, the only thing I did slip up on that day was those massive mega puff things from Aldi, like the What's-Its, but the Aldi version. But there we are. They were all in my NutriCheck app, and I counted them, and that was fine. But what has happened, or not what's happened, what has made me realise is this kind of, and I don't want it to happen, and it was my daughter said something to me the other day, because when we did come back from my nephew's birthday, and I was like quickly trying to think of something to throw together to have for food, and she was like, well, yeah, that's okay, but you need to have all of the food groups on your plate. There's no fibre in what you're eating. I mean, there was, because there's a bit of broccoli. But I kind of thought, is this calorie counting and what I'm doing, is it kind of taking over? I think as well, because for those of us that do make videos out of it, it is consuming in that way because we're making videos. So I think I just sort of took a step back and thought, right, what is it I'm trying to achieve here? And for me, obviously I'm trying to achieve long-term health. I'm trying to get back into somewhere where I can feel comfortable again in my own skin, I suppose, and just live that bit longer, obviously. What I don't want to happen is I don't want it to consume me completely. I do give myself a couple of days off a week. I don't do any videos on a Saturday. I don't do any videos on a Monday. So generally my weekend won't go up on a Tuesday, and then that'll be the rest of the week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday and Sunday. But when she said to me about having the sort of meal groups on my plate and things like that, I thought, I don't want it to come across with the kids as well that this is the be all and end all, because it isn't. It really is not. This is just one part of my life. And I think because I've been making these videos for so long, I enjoy doing them. It's become my little hobby. And I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, when I go away on holidays, I'll take you with me and do a little travel video. It's not just about the food, and I don't want it to just be about the food. So I'm kind of thinking about changing things up slightly. I'm still going to be doing my food, but I want my videos to be a little bit more helpful, if that makes any sense. So that's what I'm going to be looking at this week, is how I can make them a bit more helpful to you guys. And that's what I'm looking at doing. So yeah, that's it. I've had a really good week. I've had a really good loss. I have really enjoyed the foods that I've been eating as well. And it's made me sort of remember that actually, and this is what I said last week, that you don't have to have that all singing, all dancing meal to make it healthy, or to make it look presentable or whatever it is you're trying to achieve with your food. It just needs to be what you want it to be. And that literally is it. So yeah, if you fancy beans on toast, jack a potato with beans and cheese, go with it. It doesn't have to be anything all singing, all dancing. And that's it. So this week I've got a couple of ideas, and I really, really, really need to make a start on one of them, because I think it'll be very beneficial, not just to me, but to everybody else as well. I'm hopeful that it will be. So watch this space for what I've got coming next. And thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone is doing okay. Let me know in the comments how you've got on this week. I saw some lovely losses last week. Also a couple of people struggling a little bit. But then it is life. I love that you all share it with me. And just keep doing what you're doing. It's Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If you're going back to work tomorrow, how quickly do those days come around? But again, we are in the middle of March. The middle of March now. So time flies when you're having fun. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.